Yo, it's your boy H Black the Sauce, Harry Pinero, and welcome to 5 Debates. Today is a very, very, very saucy one, of course, because I'm here. But we have Culture Camps to my right, Livz and Joey Knight. Now, today we are discussing top 5 strikers for each of these individuals' teams. We have, of course, Chelsea for Joey, Arsenal for Livz, and Manchester United for Culture Camps. Now, I'm a neutral in this situation. I'm just going to have a little, I might throw some spanners in the works here. I don't want to influence anyone's decision here. But before we start, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We need all these notifications. We need all of these likes. We need everything. So yeah, make sure you do that for the 5 channel. So, who am I going to start with first? I'm going to start with Joey. Now, you've had some incredible strikers over the years.
Yep.
Also, people in the comments. Now, none of us here were born in the 70s and the 80s. We started watching football 90s plus. So, allow us, of course. Joe,
are we sure?
Joe was 80s, man, still. Joe was there when it was doing rock and roll.
Sure? I don't know. You might be in the 80s, bro. You and Joey, I need to check you those IDs.
Okay, listen.
I don't know
look, I just about left it. I literally climbed over the 80s quickly. But anyway, we're going to start. So just to let you guys know, we don't know none of the players. We didn't get to see them players, so we can't mention them. This is just the players that we've seen in our lifetime. So, Joey, the floor is yours.
Yeah. Well, obviously, my club was founded in 2004, wasn't it? So everything's going to be from that point onwards. Obviously, there's only one place to start. It's Didier Drogba, in it. 9 goals in 9 finals. He was a man for the big occasions. Every big match, this fella would turn up.
I've just seen Liv's face go into That's So Raven. Yeah. When you think about the man that's haunted you.
Pain.
Yeah.
Didier Drogba.
He had a thing for Arsenal, didn't he?
You know what? Let's be real though, he made a career out of bullying fucking Colo Torre and Senderos.
Wow.
Yeah.
Don't have that.
Senderos. Hey, what a name. What a horror player, by the way.
One of the only players as well to hit over 30 league goals without scoring a penalty. I think there's 3 other players that have done it. So yeah, it's a mad statistic there. However, my number 2, and I'll say straight away, I'd have Drogba as my number 1 all day long, right?
Okay.
But if I can only pick one for a Premier League season, I might then go with my number 2, which is Diego Costa.
Oh.
Because numbers-wise, in the league, Diego Costa would deliver you more goals. Didier Drogba, right? 9 Premier League seasons. How many of them 9 seasons do you think he scored over 12 goals?
I think it was only 2, innit?
Yeah, 2.
Yeah, it was 2. I remember 2007 and 2010.
2. Yeah. That's mad, isn't it? Absolutely mad.
Heritage.
When he did turn it on, though, he properly turned it on. 30 odd goals, 28 goals, stuff like that. So, and as I say, you'd scrap any league goals if it meant him turning up in them big moments and giving us all the memories. Well, not all of us, but me. Me, the memories that I had. So it's got to be him. Costa, number 2. Costa was a madman when when he came and he was on form, he transformed that Chelsea side straight away. 3rd has got to be Jimmy Floyd Hasselbank.
Jimmy!
Hey, I like Jimmy.
Hold on.
Jimmy's.
Let me show you what I mean about that man. He's in my phone book.
Call him right now if he's in your phone book.
Hasselbank was the daddy, man. He was again, when we look at number 9s in football now, there's not as much availability for them sort of players. You can't just go and pluck a number 9. Whereas back in the day, every team had not as good as Hasselbank. Every team had a Hasselbank type player, you know what I mean? So Hasselbank was one that was literally probably massively underrated. When we go forward and we look at great Premier League strikers, a lot of people, if you really rack your brains, you're then going to say Hasselbank, but he's not going to come to the forefront of everyone's mind. And I think that's maybe a little bit disservice on him because he was pure quality.
Do you
back
reckon
in
it's
his
because
day.
Chelsea at the time weren't a Champions League team, as in how they were after 2004?
Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say maybe that was one of the reasons. Obviously, he done it at Leeds as well.
Atletico.
He
smashed up the La Liga as well.
Yeah.
Even a little spell at Middlesbrough where he was still smashing goals in the back of the net as well. But that was at the latter stages of his career anyway.
He had next to him, or slightly behind him, the man that complemented him perfectly. One that basically walked so others could run, and that is the Iceman.
We like that.
Listen, that's one of my favourite front 2s ever.
Yeah.
Jimmy Floyd and Eider Gudjohnsen. What
and the things that Eider Gudjohnsen done, if we see Messi do it, if we see Ronaldo do it, we would be waxing lyrical about them because it was old Icelandic Eider Gudjohnsen. Not many people used to notice it. And again, Eider Gudjohnsen was just one of those players, just oozed class. Every time he stepped on a pitch, he was brilliant. And you look at some players now, and maybe that breed in today's day and age stage of football is almost dying off a little bit, or maybe isn't as necessary. But like, look at likes of like a Havertz or someone like that.
It's like
a player like Eider Gudjohnsen, Berbatov, even Bergkamp to an extent. That sort of player back in the era which he was sort of playing week in, week out in, they were massively important.
Yeah,
man.
that second striker role, innit? The second striker is gone now in football. Only a few people carried it on a little bit. Griezmann was doing it for a bit and stuff, but that role is gone in football now. And Gudjohnsen, again, those two, because it was the auto glass era and all that type of stuff, they're massively underrated, bro. Massively
underrated. They caused a lot of teams problems. Man United, more importantly. I remember them two when they showed
on opening day, chips it over the big bar.
They were incredible. And I think an honourable mention to Eider Gudjohnsen was when he went to Barcelona.
Yeah.
He was an integral part of their wins as well. Like he played with Messi, Eto'o as well, and they speak very highly about his class
and
as well.
When we say about Hasselbank not carrying on into that Abramovich era, Eider Gudjohnsen still stayed for 2 seasons under Mourinho, popping out of important goals, being that reliable player that even when he weren't starting games, he could be brought on and he could take the sting out of a game and occupy that front line. So Eider Gudjohnsen was pure class. And then the last one, before obviously the Abramovich era, actually left literally I think about a week before to go back to Italy, Gianfranco Zola.
Of course.
And I think like there's certain...
Wait, you've got Zola. Zola was part of this list.
Yeah,
and you ain't got him higher.
Well, no, like...
Whoa. I didn't know you were going to have him as part of this list.
Do you know what it is, yeah? Like, obviously, look, Zola brought us silverware, a couple of FA Cups and stuff like that. But I think when we're going on Premier League, like, if we're looking at what he's done in the Premier League, and also, do you know what as well? He weren't really a number 9, was he?
Yeah,
so I'm sort of sneaking him in here where I can. But one thing with Zola, you look at, like, say, for example, I'm trying to think of teams now off the top of my head, but maybe, like, remember when Middlesbrough had Juninho and there's other times when even when Coutinho first come over, there's a couple of times when like a real gem has just stood out amongst all the other players and it's been mate, you are pure class, pure quality. And there was a time when we were looking at it, obviously we had Ruud, we had Vialli, but there was a time when we were looking at it and we were thinking, how have we got this boy? Like seriously, how have we got him? How have we got him playing off the back of Chris Sutton and Torre Andre Flo and Graham Lasso feeding him balls? No offence to any of those players. But, he just was a cut above the rest for Chelsea for many years. So the way he turned Carragher in that match, absolutely phenomenal.
He destroyed Manchester United as well.
There's a goal he scored, the near post flick,
Norwich in the cup.
Oh my God.
But one free kick he scored against Man United. I think you guys beat us 5-0.
5-0, yeah.
He scored a free kick, I think it was in that game. That was a mad thing. That was a mad thing.
Super Cup against Madrid.
Yeah.
I think when you think of Gianfranco Zola, so obviously through a lot of people didn't get to see him play, but that was the class of Italian football at the time. And I think Serie A around those times was the best league in the world anyway. And he was like a product of that. I think most players, when you speak that played the game, when they speak about Zola, they just speak about how different he was and how elegant he was.
There's one of the players that Fergie said that he wishes he signed.
Yeah. He
was one of those players
jersey. Because he was that small.
He was one of those players that like wasn't really common in that generation of football as well. Like low centre of gravity, very hard to take off the ball, even though he wasn't a physically sort of demanding type player. So
I see a lot of Chelsea fans that I've been seeing, especially on social media, they were comparing him and Hazard.
Yeah.
And a lot of Chelsea fans were saying that he had the better legacy.
But sometimes when it feels like you have like a little bit of like a founding father in a way. Now he's not a founding father of Chelsea, but I think he's a cult hero and he's a hero of Chelsea because he was there when the times weren't good. You know what I mean? He was there when the times weren't good, so I think that's why some people would say that. But
I think Hazard as well. When you look at that, Hazard arrived the season after that 2012 Champions League win, and obviously Zola arrived when I ain't gonna say we was in the mud, but do you know what I mean? Like we weren't
different times, different generations.
Doing that much. So Zola was the man.
Yeah. Any honourable mentions that you didn't mention?
Matthias Kesman.
No way. Kesman was a flop, man. I was going to say. Do you know who would have been there? Yo, if he didn't get that campaign back, Adrian Mutu started his career well at Chelsea.
If I had to say one, in all honesty, and people are laughing at me, but Fernando Torres. just because of that one pivotal moment against Barcelona. If Torres, the funny thing is, we were going through in that match anyway. Yeah. But if Torres don't round the keeper, it could be a.
I would say honourable mention from my point of view, Nicolas Anelka.
Yeah,
I think Nicolas Anelka at Chelsea was a madness.
Yeah,
absolute madness. Like he was just him and Drogba complimenting, and Kalu, they all complimented each other. Malouda, that was a great front four for them. All right, cool. So that's Joey's. Let us know in the comments what you think about that. If you think he should have added, or was that in order though? Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Pretty much in order. All right.
Yeah, that's a good order.
That is. All right, Livz. Now, your beloved Arsenal. You're wearing the apparel right now. I'd say Arsenal have had not the greatest reputation with strikers, but when you've had great strikers, they've been absolutely world class in it. So yeah, the floor's yours, man.
Well, start off with the one, the only Thierry Henry.
I think that's everyone's favourite.
Yeah, exactly. Henry just speaks for itself. Just come into the Premier League set. Like people right now regard him as the greatest ever player in the Premier League. You know what I'm saying? For me, arguably one of the all-time greatest strikers ever to play the game. Other than Ronaldo, R9, I don't know who really goes ahead of him, if you ask me.
All right, I'm going to throw a spanner in the works. As a player, yes, I would agree. But I think I said this before, people sleep on Samuel Eto'o. I think
Eto'o's a bad boy striker.
Yeah, and I
don't think
finisher. For me, player Henry is clear of most
range of finishing though. When we're talking about different range of finishing, Henry could do it all inside the box, outside the box, left foot, right foot. I don't think Eto'o, even though he's a great finisher, I don't think he had that capacity.
As a player,
No, I agree. I think it all depends on your generation, innit? Yeah. Because I don't think Henry's better than Van Basten, innit?
Yeah.
Just saying. Can't buy it.
No. Oh, my boy. Let's make some problems. Let's make some problems. Van Basten, I think did he put out a statement the other day, basically saying that if social media was a thing as when he was growing up, he probably would be like Ronaldo. Yeah. And when you look at the stat, Ballon d'Or, how many times?
3 times.
3 times. Champions League, how many times?
Many times.
So
and he retired at 28, which was unfortunate.
Because of his injuries and stuff. Yeah, but let's go back to Thierry Henry. I believe, for me personally, I've never been scared of any other player in Premier League history than Thierry Henry.
Yeah.
Like, I think he shook everything up about the Premier League. And there's a clip, if you haven't watched it already, go check it out on 5, where Michael Owen says on Beyond the 90 that, he won the Golden Boot when he was 17, 18, I think.
Was it 2000 or 2000?
Yeah, then 18, 19, he won it again. And he said when Henry came in, he was like, oh, is that the levels, yeah? Yeah, long. Because he was just, you could just see him as like a transformer, just getting better season after season after season. And the proof is in the pudding. Every game that he played, big game in, he was there.
And it's mad because he come in.
Also, I saw it here. What did you say?
It's Tetron Cup finals.
Oh, wow.
Michael Owen's being nice because in 2001, Michael Owen dumped on Thierry Henry. He sent him home. You know what I'm trying to say? Two goals with Michael Owen. There was the Michael Owen final, not the Thierry Henry final. So Owen's being nice. Trust me right there.
If you go back onto that game, that FA Cup final, we actually got robbed. Henry actually had a goal, got a goal cleared off the line through Stefan Henschel's handballed it off the line. Didn't get given, so end of the day, we know that season, like Thierry Henry, for me, he was coming up, and he come up, and he started as a winger. If you come into Arsenal as a winger, and Wenger said, look, Henry, I believe the striker role is for you. You know what I'm saying? I think there is potential in there, and he showed it. At first, you could tell he didn't really believe himself. I seen Keon talking about how, like, in the beginning, it was a bit, hard for him. But once he scored, he just couldn't stop scoring.
Yeah,
and the rest was history after that. So Henry for me, number 1. 2, you know what? I was thinking about Ian Wright. Look, Ian Wright, don't get me wrong, I didn't really get to watch him, like, growing up, because he was really my era. My era was more like Henry, But I've seen what he's done. I've seen the level of goals he scored. And if I was, at a certain age during that time watching Ian Wright, he would have been a hero. Like, when I hear older Arsenal fans say Ian Wright was this, I hear it because when I look back and I see the goals he scored, he could do it all. Do you get? Left foot, right foot, he was a machine. Do you get? He had the work rate. He's a proper 9. You know what I'm saying? And he was in that part, that George Graham Arsenal team that, defensive football, you know what I'm saying? 1-0 to the Arsenal. Like, he was a part of that team. And I think when Bergkamp come, you could see how well they work together. Do you get? That's what I'm saying. Do I put him 2? I don't know. It's between him or Bergkamp, innit? Do you get? It's just...
I think for me personally, you just got to put Wright, man.
Yeah.
Like,
You reckon?
yeah, I watched.
As a striker.
How old are you, Livz?
I'm 28.
Oh, so I definitely watched Ian Wright. Yeah, my dad, Jeff, definitely became an Arsenal fan properly because of Ian Wright. I think, like you said, like the way Arsenal played with George Graham, and it was a very defensive team as well. To be able to be that he had source when he played. He was someone that, like, it doesn't matter who you're playing up against. It doesn't matter. Look how short he was. He would make tall players look little. And I think his goal scoring prowess was unreal. Left foot, right foot, skillful goals, chips, dinks, anything you could possibly think of. I think Ian Wright had.
And his record is ridiculous.
Unreal.
He's got like what? 179 goals in what? How many games?
I can't remember, but I remember he was it 179, and then that's when he wore the vest.
Yeah.
Like it's ridiculous. Like even his Prem record alone, I think 213 games, he scored like 120 goals.
Late bloomer as well.
Like
Yeah.
like he made it a bit late. You know what I'm saying? And his story as well is just legendary. Like I remember in college they showed us his story, and bruv, emotional. Like I was just like, yo, legend. I remember at that time I done a tweet. I think I was like, what? Yeah, this was probably like back in 2011, 12. I was in college now, and they showed us that. And then I just remember going on my phone on Twitter and be like, Ian Wright, legend, just watch the story. And I remember he replied, you know, sometimes Twitter, they're seeing every notification. So yeah, like he's just a legend, innit? So, you know what? Yeah, I'll give it to Wrighty, just because of that whole Arsenal legacy. Third, Iceman, Dennis Bergkamp, the original Iceman, innit? Not Gudjohnsen.
Yeah,
the original Iceman.
The Danish one.
What about Lindelof? That's the original Iceman. That's Lindelof's name now, isn't it?
Whoa. I know. Cam, get out of there. Cam's is such a troll. Wow.
Cheeky Lindelof.
Oh, good.
But yeah, Dennis Bergkamp, man, where do we start, man? It's crazy because when you look back and actually see it, when we signed him, everyone was like, what? Like, Dennis Bergkamp, what? 7.5 mil at that time was mad.
Was that how much
Did they get him from Inter?
How much we signed him there for Inter?
Yeah.
And at that time,
crazy.
7.5 mil at that time was probably today's at what, 60 M's, 70 M's. So obviously he come to this Arsenal team, and I think what he done was he kind of helped change Arsenal from being that, you know, that 1-0 to the Arsenal defensive team to a Arsenal team that actually are very fluid. You know, they're trying to play better football. They're attacking. They'll probably be more attacking. And at the same time, you could see he was just a different level footballer to everybody else. Do you get his touch, his elegance, just unbelievable. And I think even before he come Arsenal, he finished at second on the Ballon d'Or, which was impressive. Do you get? And I feel like at that time, people didn't really take that like deep. Do you get? It showed you like years later, people are realizing, wow, why didn't he get his flowers? But what he done, like unbelievable. Like even in that 97-98 season, you know, just unbelievable. He was Arsenal's like main guy. You know what I'm saying? That main man during that period. Just for Henry come, do you get? Him and Wrighty, they were just the main players for me. You know what I'm saying? Looking back, but yeah, like that goal against Newcastle, my goodness. Like just the elegance.
Yeah, so many. Leicester
hat trick.
Oh goodness, that Leicester goal was just filthy. The touch, he was just something else. Even that World Cup goal, that goal against Argentina in the World Cup. My goodness.
favourite assist in top 5 assists in football is him to Freddie Youngberg against
Juventus Champions League.
And you know what was also good as well? His away games in the Champions League. Like, that was sick. You remember that one?
This guy's a prick.
I can't wait. I can't wait till we get to Man United. I can't wait.
Tell me about that away game.
I can't wait.
Your away UCL night. You remember that one? No, you don't, do you?
To this day, but I swear down, that like. You know what? Sometimes I feel like I wish I was there for him. You know what I'm saying?
Was to hold his hand on the plane.
Just hold his hand, because he could have made that difference, because that's the type of player he is. You get? Just making that difference. But when we had the home games, he was cold. You get? When we had, at that time, probably in the early 2000s, Champions League, playing like teams like Bayer Leverkusen.
That was so bad, Joey.
I'm coming to you. What's
crazy? Wow. Sorry.
But yeah,
like, let me be host.
Like them games against Bayer Leverkusen, Juventus.
Was at home, yeah?
Yeah, at home, obviously, yeah. But like, cool. See, in the Champions League final, 2006.
So, we got to move on from that, because this is going to be a way.
Guys, come on, man.
Yeah, okay. I guess who's fourth and fifth?
Yeah, cool. So, I've gone my fourth. I don't want to say this, man.
You have to.
It hurts.
You have to.
It hurts.
Good. Get it out, mate.
Real would have loved this one. RVP.
Yeah. Man United legend.
You lot hate him, innit?
he done us wrong, man. RVP hurt me. I'll never forget that summer, yeah? I remember is that 11 to 12 season, on fire, 37 goals, all comps. I remember that chant, he scores when he wants, he scores when he wants, Robin van Persie,
he scores when he wants. United! Come on.
That was our chant, that wasn't your chant.
Yeah,
Your
don't
chant
worry
was,
about that. No, it's
Robin
your change.
van
Don't worry about that.
Persie. That was your chant, innit? Oh, Robin, don't try to take our chant, innit? Do you get it? But anyways, cool. Like, don't get me wrong, RVP, man. Like, just take my bias or hatred away, yeah? RVP, I loved the guy at one point. Unbelievable. Like, I just remember when he first signed him 04-05 season, yeah? And I was like, yo, this guy's got the tech.
Yeah.
That left foot, my God, so much venom in them shots.
That
Like,
goal against Charlton.
Oh, the volley. Why are you in the air like that?
Valley.
That
What?
was anime.
The Flying Dutchman.
Yeah.
Like the Flying Dutchman, he was really flying. He was really taking them trips. I don't know what he was doing, but he was in mid-air doing I don't know what he was on. But that finish against Charlton, unbelievable. I remember there was one free kick, I think it was against Wigan, Carabao Cup. Was it the Carabao Cup game in 05-06 season?
The volley against Villa. Oh, no, it's for United.
Yeah. Oh, listen.
Joey. Joey and Camps today have been.
I'm getting rushed today, so I'm getting rushed today.
is so evident.
I'm getting pressed today right now. I'm getting pressed.
Yeah.
I'm getting pressed. But yeah, like so much goals that I can just like bring up, like that finish against Everton.
Yeah.
Alex Song, all over the top.
Yeah.
That first time volley against Liverpool away at Anfield, 11-12 season.
And his hands like this.
Yeah.
Oh, bro.
Like unbelievable. That hat trick against Chelsea at the Bridge. Like wow. Like RVP.
That the 5-3 when you beat them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
RVP. You know what's so frustrating?
That the 5-3 that you beat up. Oh, sorry, no.
He knows that.
Oh, sorry, Joey. I forgot.
They even let Andre Santos score.
Wait, that's not the same game where the referee was racist and he said Oxlade-Chamberlain and...
No, that was 6-0. That's when
no.
Chelsea cooked them 6-0.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I have to say that. I have to bring that up, man.
You know, I'm host. I got to make sure everyone gets their fair share.
Yeah, RVP was just a Dillinger striker. I remember like there was times where during that, like from 06 to like 09, 010, like he had so much injury problems. Yeah. What he would do, RVP was great. He'll start the season well, you know, score so much goals. He'll probably be leading the Premier League goal scorer tally. Get to November, he's gone for 4-5 months. You get? And that's what we was like up against. You get that injury and it was killing us for me. But then we had Adebayo, you know. But yeah, like RVP, I think we finally got a fit RVP. I believe he come back. It was a 10 to 11 season. He come back winter and he just didn't look back. You get? And then 11 to 12 season, unbelievable season. Finally found a remedy to keep him fit. And then he goes and just does a shiesty on us. You get?
Yeah, that was crazy.
Like,
I mean, one of my best Van Persie moments was him walking out of the Emirates to, you know, the
Guard of Honour.
Yeah, the Guard of Honour.
Hell.
And it was all doing that. For me, it was just one of the greatest moments. And also, he scored in that game as well.
Yeah, he scored. He actually scored in both games that season.
Yeah, I remember when he passed Evra passed it to him. And he
tried to do them once. He tried to do them once.
No, but he celebrated in one
season
of them.
after. Moyes' first season. He slid to Rooney, innit?
Because you guys are giving it to him that year.
But what does he expect though? You gave us one full season, and do you know what killed him with RVP is the way he left. And like
a little boy inside of him.
Like, how can you say that?
It's a little boy.
Like, come on.
You gotta listen.
Everyone's got a little boy inside him.
But there's photos as a kid of him in an Arsenal shirt in his bedroom. It just didn't make sense.
No, but that's the thing,
man.
That's because of Dennis Bergkamp. That's what it was. It was just the Dutch, connection that got split up.
Anyways, he done what he did. You know, Arsenal Football Club will live on. We're fine without him, as you can see. I see him come back now doing punditry. He wants to talk about Arsenal. He wants to get back in. You know, I understand. But listen, don't worry, we can sort something out.
All right. And who's your fifth and final?
My fifth. Gonna need you lot's help on this one.
Another painful one. It is Adebayo. It's got to be Adebayo.
You got to forgive them.
Look. What about guys at Anelka?
I was going to say Nicholas.
Nicholas Anelka, you know, he was pivotal in that 97-98 season.
Yeah. What about Aubameyang, mate? Golden boot.
Aubameyang, you know, his numbers is very good. I'm not going to take that away from him. Delivered FA Cup.
It's tough.
Might have to be Aubameyang, bro.
Nicholas Bednar?
Yeah. Eduardo.
You should have said Mikel Forssell.
It's a no-go.
So no. Oh, what player?
You know what I'm saying?
Shamak.
Pre-season Sonogo was good.
Podolski.
Giroud.
No, do you know what? No.
Giroud's nowhere near.
Can we just say,
Giroud's nowhere near. Giroud's nowhere near, please. Giroud gave me hell.
Yeah.
I only started to like Giroud, I think, after 2014. His first couple seasons, when I got told this is RVP's replacement, I said, what is going on? I was trying to write letters to the board.
You know, someone tweeted the other day, when you look at Giroud's highlights throughout his career, you'd think he is the greatest striker of all time because he's always scored impeccable goals. Giroud, I can't lie to you, Giroud was, I was a fan of Giroud because whenever he came against Arsenal, United never scored. But yeah, you got to pick one though.
You know what? I'm giving it to Anelka.
You're giving it to
him? Yeah, I'm giving it to Anelka. Anelka for me, if I'm talking prime Aubameyang versus prime Anelka for me is the best striker.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm just going to have to end up doing. And plus, Anelka's won the league title.
Yep.
Do you get? So, cool. Statistically, Aubameyang might be better. Yeah, cool. Probably got to a certain amount of goals quicker. I hear that. But for me, Nicholas Anelka, better striker.
Scary player, man. Scary.
And Aubameyang declined. He declined. You can see he signed the contract, declined. You feel me?
It's because of troops, man. It's all Troops' fault, He linked up with Troops. Yeah, that Obama blood clot.
It got too much in it.
It messed up his whole career.
100%. There was so much pressure on him. Became club captain. And then after that, like what happened? He signed a deal. I don't know what happened. He went missing. Coming late to North London derbies. That was
yellow tracksuits.
I've never in my life seen a player come late to a North London derby. Have you ever seen that? A player come late to a derby, even a Manchester derby.
Traffic, man. With his gold Lamborghini, innit?
Yeah, couldn't get through the barriers. Yeah.
I don't know what was going on, but obviously we're a much better side now, as you can see. So shout out to Arteta for that decision.
What the league last season love. All right, cool. So that is your top 5. Joey's done his top 5. Now, Culture Cams, Manchester United fan, of course.
Yes.
We've had some elite strikers.
Talk about the greatest club in England, mate.
Yes, sir.
Only team that can match our strikers is Liverpool.
Yeah,
only ones that can talk to us when it comes to the strikers.
Absolutely.
Liverpool have had.
I think they've had the best, if I'm honest.
Torres,
Owen, Fowler. Yeah.
They've had some problems still. But let me go with number 1. It's a personal one to me,
Go on.
Ruud van Nistelrooy. Ruud van Nistelrooy is the best goal scorer we've ever had.
Yeah.
Wayne Rooney's got the record. But Ruud van Nistelrooy, 95 goals in 150 games. 150 goals in 219 games, Golden Boot, 44 goals in a season, which Haaland was the first person has now broken that. But Ruud van Nistelrooy, for me, is the greatest goal scorer. Is the best goal scorer we've ever had. Rooney's got the record, but Van Nistelrooy, 95 goals in 150 Premier League games, 150 goals in 219 games, scored 44 goals in one season before. Only Erling Haaland has scored more than that in all comps of a player playing in the Premier League. He, for me, he's when I really started getting into football. My brother's a Chelsea fan, so I used to watch Chelsea a lot, Gudjohnsen, all them type of man. But it was Van Nistelrooy that really got me supporting Manchester United, bro. When he came scoring all them goals, it was just different. When the crowd screaming Ruud, it was just different.
I used to think they were booing him.
He thought that too, apparently. He thought that too. In the box, I don't think there's been a better player in the Premier League. He is different. His finishing, right foot, left foot, he can dink it, he can slot it, he can smash it. Anything he needed to do, he could do, and he was just a predator, Van Nistelrooy.
Remember that solo run against Fulham?
The solo run, he popped. That was a rarity, but he still could do it.
Against Charlton as well. Remember that Cheston volley?
Three-time
blue kid.
3-time Champions League Golden Boot winner. The guy was special. Well? PFA Player of the Year. Henry was the guy, right? But Van Nistelrooy was challenging. And listen, I just think he's so special. And a lot of people are going to say, how am I not got Wayne Rooney first? But I got a personal attachment to Ruud van Nistelrooy. For me, he's just the best, man. Honestly, I'd kill to have another Van Nistelrooy. The guy is so special. And people, because of the ability, some people might say he's not as talented as certain other players that are going to be on this list. But trust me, you want someone to score your life on the line. I'm taking Ruud van Nistelrooy nearly over any striker I've ever seen play football.
And you can see he wanted to score so much. You can see the joy in it. And I think I read Paul Scholes' biography, and he said, that's one thing that all he cared about was scoring goals. It wasn't about anything else. It was about, get me the ball, I'm going to score.
The shame about Van Nistelrooy is that, we won one Premier League with him, but we were in a little bit of a transition
Yeah,
period.
because Chelsea came and messed us up.
Chelsea came and we were building up a young Ronaldo, building up a young Rooney, and it was time to start getting rid of certain players who was going to be the partner to Rio. We were playing Silvestre, we were playing O'Shea's, and it was like we were in a little bit of a limbo there. We never really had found a Dennis Irwin replacement at that point till Evra came. So we were in a little bit of a transition period there. So he was in the transition, still managed to get a league. It's just a shame that we couldn't reward him with a Champions League because he was scoring like 10 goals in group stages and stuff. It was ridiculous. But yeah, so he's my number one.
Even when he went to Madrid, tore it up.
We won the Golden Boot, won the league.
You got the league. The same season at Beckham. I think Beckham's last season.
Yeah.
It was where Ruud van Nistelrooy, and he was. I remember that goal where he scored with the outside of his boot as well.
The Beckham
Barca
Van
as well.
Nistelrooy connection as well was a madness, honestly, a madness. And it's as I said, it's just a shame that he was part of our transition period. You know what I mean? But number two,
Man United legend?
100%. 100%.
What kind of question is that?
Yeah, 100%.
That's a Man United legend through and through. Honestly, like that's one person I need to meet one day. Honestly, but number two. Yeah, you ain't got his number. He doesn't know you, man. He don't know you. He don't know you. Number two, Wayne Rooney. Wayne Rooney.
Jerome. Wankemi. Rooney.
Wayne Rooney, man. Listen, like he can easily be number one. He's in my opinion, like if you're talking about an accumulation of what they've done and what I've seen, probably our greatest player. You know, like there's many people that you can say, but just something about the way Wayne Rooney came in as an 18-year-old, his debut against Fenerbahce. And the thing about Rooney is I don't even want to talk about goals of Rooney. It's the player he was. I think it's similar to Drogba. Like, they could do everything. You know what I mean? Rooney could occupy a back line. Rooney could drop centre midfield. He can drop right wing, left wing, whatever he wanted to do. He was just a total footballer. You know what I mean? So goals is secondary. You know what I mean? Rooney's the type of guy, he scored goals just because he is good enough. But overall, he just wanted to play. You know what I mean? He just wanted to get out there and just mash works. That's why I love Wayne Rooney, man. He was a street baller on the pitch. You know what I mean? He was like a kid, bro. You just put him out there, let him do his thing. And you see the anger he used to play with. I used to hate when people used to want to take that out of him. That's what made Wayne Rooney Wayne Rooney. You know what I mean? And I just think he's just unbelievable.
As a 16-year-old.
Yeah, against Arsenal, yeah.
Very seamless, like as a 16-year-old, to the Arsenal team. You've got some balls to do. You just knew he was going to the top.
Yeah, and after that game, I think Wenger said he's the best English talent he's ever seen. And you just look at Rooney, for me, he's the best English talent for sure. Yeah, in my opinion. And he was a man when he was young. Yeah, you know I mean, and then he carried on going. Eventually, ended up being our captain. The trophies he won. He scored in the Champions League final. He's just a special player, and every player that plays with Wayne Rooney says it. You know what I mean? A lot of people say, well, he was the Robin to another man's Batman, but bro, without him, would they have been as good? He helped Ronaldo so much. Them games where Fergie would have to put Ronaldo up top because we know we're not going to chat about Rooney's doing that work.
He accommodated for a lot of players, even Van Persie season.
Van Persie, Berbatov, even Berbatov. Berbatov got a golden boot playing next to Wayne Rooney. The guy is just another level, in my opinion. He's not only one of the best Man United players ever, he's easily in my top 5 Premier League player
also
ever.
As well, yeah, if you look at the facts, see when Ronaldo left, yeah, everyone was always like, what's going to happen to Man United? Ronaldo's gone. Well, what he done? He
that 09-10
became the main man.
Yeah.
And I think he went on, was it that season?
09-10,
crazy.
Yeah. He went crazy. Bro, he was carrying us with Valencia, with Nani, who was being inconsistent, with Anderson, with Overton and stuff. And we were going against that Ancelotti's juggernaut Chelsea.
Even the Man City team that won, they ended up winning the Aguero season. Without Rooney in that team, we don't have no competition at all.
It was, what was it? It was Young and Valencia and Cleverley. Come on.
Even the 8-2 against Arsenal.
I don't remember that.
Oh, you don't remember?
Where was that again?
Oh, that was just left again. I think that's when Van Persie said, "You man link you next season. I'll link you next season."
Game. I swear we had Jenkinson in that starting. Carl, the local.
So number 3.
Gone.
I think this is like, if you're just talking about impact of signing, this is our greatest ever signing. This is Ferguson's greatest ever signing in Eric Cantona. And I didn't get to see all of Cantona, but again, same with like you, Bergkamp, maybe with you, Zolas. I gotta just give respect to what he's done for the club. Without Cantona, there ain't what we have here. No, it's done. It's not happening. Cantona was the catalyst. And people forget that the season before he came to us, I believe he won the first division with Leeds. Yeah. So he had a reputation coming in here, and he absolutely delivered. He was, if you listen to Gary Neville and Scholes speak, he was like the OG to them. You know what I mean? He's the one that helped them embed into the team, this whole class of 92. Cantona is a figurehead. You know what I mean? He's a figure of this club, and he scored goals. He got a lot of assists. He scored big goals. Remember the FA Cup final against Liverpool? He was just special. And if you're talking about some of the most talented players to ever play for Man United, he is one of the most talented players. And he gets overlooked a little bit because he didn't really have like a France career. He came to United late. He retired at 33. You know what I mean? He's a bit of a maverick, innit? He's a maverick. But Ferguson loved him. And Ferguson says all the time, you know, he's one of the top 5 players I've ever managed. And I keep saying it, man. Without him, who knows what Man United would have been, bro? Because that impact was special.
You would put Cantona ahead of Andy Cole?
Easily. It's not even close. Like, it's not even, there's a gap. There's a gap between, for me, there's a gap between Van Nistelrooy, Rooney.
I think if you're talking about strikers, I don't even think Cantona was a striker like that. I think he was more
like
of
on the second striker kind
I
of
think
role.
if we're talking about presence and authority.
He's King Cantona,
yeah,
bro.
he is
King
that.
Eric.
But you see, like, finisher, I even put, for me personally, I put Andy Cole ahead of Wayne Rooney. Just because.
As what?
In terms of striker, we're talking about strikers here.
No.
You see the number 9 there. You see the
Wazza.
number 9 there. You see Wazza, yeah. Wazza is a better player, I would say, than Andy Cole. Yeah. But you see, the thing with Andy Cole, I think because he doesn't do the talking, and the media, you know, like how everyone else that we're speaking about, everyone spoke highly about him. I watched Andy Cole, and that's the reason why I support Manchester United. When I saw him score goals, it looked fun. Like at Newcastle, bro, he's buoying it. Like, and this is not against no joke team. This is against Man United, the Arsenal's, that's why we bought him. So I think for me personally, I'll just say, in terms of finisher as a striker, Andy Cole's record alone to not score penalties and still be up there as one of the greatest Premier League goal strikers, I think there's a lot of, what's the word? It's unfair. There's not enough, should I say, there's not enough plaudits about him. I think
You don't get enough flowers, you reckon?
But I do think the impact of King Eric is surpasses most players that I've ever played for Man United.
Yeah.
But for me personally, I think Andy Cole, man.
Andy Cole's my number 4 anyway. You know what I mean? But you've given the eulogy for him anyway.
Yes,
but
of course.
Andy Cole is my number 4. The connection with Dwight York, you know, winning the treble, that was special, man. That was special, of course. And he scored goals. He scored a lot of goals. I think he got 93 goals in 190 games or something like that, which is a good record, you know what I mean, for Man United in the league. So the guy was a gunman. I'm not going to say he's not.
Clutch
I just
in
think,
Europe
you know,
as well.
I just
Very
think
clutch.
we're talking about the elite of the elites. And I just think Van Nistelrooy, Cantona and Rooney are just on another level. But Andy Cole, when it comes to the rest of them, he's definitely there. You know what I mean? Like, even like the fact that he kind of picked up when Cantona left as well. You know what I mean? So when Cantona, that's when he started scoring 20 goals, 25 goals in a season and stuff. So Andy Cole's up there, definitely. He's my number 4. I do think he's overlooked, but I think the reason why Andy Cole gets overlooked is because, let's be honest, like, he started having a little bit of a journeyman career after a while. You know what I mean? Blackburn, Sunderland, Fulham.
Yeah.
You know, Man
Even
City.
with Man City,
It's kind of, you know what I mean? A lot of people, especially our generation, they didn't see Andy Cole at Man United. They saw Andy Cole at Blackburn. They saw him at Man City.
Didn't he win the Carabao Cup at Blackburn?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
They did.
Maybe
Took guy in them, man, there.
Yeah, so there we go. So like, it's one of them ones where that's why I think he's often overlooked. Yeah, I mean, look, think about all the guys in the early 90s. Les Ferdinands, and we don't talk about these guys. These men were mashing it up in the early 90s. So the late 2000s or early 2000s, we just saw him at these kind of clubs. So I think that's why he gets overlooked. Number 5, there's a lot of players, man. There's Ollie. Nah, he didn't cut. There's Ollie. There's Tevez. There's a lot of players, but there's Sheringham, Berbatov. But I've got to give it for even though it was just maybe one season peak, I got to give it to the man Van Persie, man. I got to give it to the man Van Persie. No, I've never seen. Still to this day, that was a carry job. I've never seen a carry job in the Premier League like that before.
You know what we used to call
in
you
2012,
Van United.
Is it? In
You know what we used to call you lot?
There you go.
You don't want to know.
Arse anal.
Oh, what's that? Where was that?
Whoa.
What area was that?
North, bro. That was
Oh, yeah, North. That's North. Okay, cool.
East Man Waltham stuff. But now, honestly, Van Persie, 12-13 is the biggest carry job I think
seen
you'll
in
ever
Premier League
see in
history.
Premier League
Yeah,
history.
yeah.
So any club.
Goals are just flying, and I'm just there like.
Honestly, like,
You know, when a player gets brought in and it's like, right, he's brought in to do this specific job and it never always pans out the exact way. That was it. That was
was
like straight in, missing piece, straight in, you win the
Straight
league.
in.
And remember, he
got
started.
busy
Remember, he
straight in.
started. He was overconfident, tried to dink his penalty, and then they saved it. And then he ended the game with the winner, header, and he was like,
Was that against
he's
Southampton
so
away?
relieved.
Can I be honest with you? That for me showcased, because I remember watching that thinking, why did you do that?
What game was that against Southampton?
Against Southampton,
Yeah.
That showcased for me what Van Persie embodied in terms of, I know I'm gonna get chances, and I think Fergie said it before. He said, I'm buying him because he's going to win us the league. Just feed him. And I think a big indication what you said about Rooney's influence, Rooney had to say, I'm going to drop back and we're going to leave it with you. And bro, one of the best.
And Rooney liked to do that.
of course.
Yeah.
Could do it, and he loved it.
People talk about Luis Suarez in the 13-14 season and stuff, but people forget Sturridge scored 20 league goals that season as well. Van Persie was honestly just on a carriage of volleys, anything you want to do, worldies, anything you wanted,
Free
he
kicks.
gave to us.
Remember that
Free
against
kicks,
City?
yeah. Like that impact, a one season impact is unreal what he did for us. So I just have to say, obviously there is some players that did it. I wouldn't say they did it to Van Persie's level, but they did it a little bit longer. Like Ollie, he was always part of winning sides and Sheringham, and obviously what he did in the treble season as well. But I've got to just give it to Van Persie solely on one, that peak season, and two, just bro, man, look at his talent, bro. Look at his ability. He's one of the most talented players out there. So yeah, that's my top 5, man. I'm going Van Nistelrooy, Rooney, Cantona, Cole, Van Persie. Honourable mention to Tevez and them, man. There, you know what I mean?
All right.
So,
There we go.
Yeah, Luis Saha, another gun, man.
Bellion.
You need to get away with this Diego Forlan thing. David Bellion, blood. Eduardo. Who was the Asian player?
Makeda.
Loads.
Makeda.
Had the
Makeda.
greatest moment ever and then disappeared off the face of the earth. I think he does pizza in Naples now. But anyway, that has been 5 debates.
Any friend of the show, no? He's a friend of the
real
show.
show.
We did one interview with him.
Yeah. That's probably in the memory bank somewhere. Anyway, I've been Harry Pinero. This has been 5 debates. Of course, thank you to Culture Cams, Livz, and of course Joey Knight.
Rank them.
Let us know
Who
in the
has the
comments,
best
man.
one?
Who do you reckon has the best one, and who do you reckon if we should do Liverpool, Man City, Sean Golton, them man. But anyway, make sure
Paulo One Chop and that.
make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and keep the notification bell so you're notified when 5 upload. Peace.